your day's going lovely. Thanks so much for joining me. Today we're going to create a card. I thought we'd bring out some purples. We're using a collection over at Spellbinders. And the Vintage Floral Die Set. So pretty. And then there's also a die set called Heartfelt Thanks and Scallops. I like that this has a hello in it and then this has thanks. They both have a shadow that goes with the greeting, which makes it really nice. This one has 3 scallop borders and then a nesting heart set that goes with it. And we'll be using this on our card today. We're going to do a little bit of die cutting, and I have my little swatches out because I'm not sure of the purple color names. All the cardstock that I'm going to be using today is from Spellbinders Color Essential line. And I brought out my swatches because I don't remember I don't use the purple very often. So I wanted to tell you the colors. We have a light, medium, and dark purple. And for my florals, we're going to use the largest floral in this set. This is so pretty. It's right up my alley because this creates one flower with 3 layers on it. And this one. 3rd layer is here. It's so easy to layer these together because this outline matches perfectly with this, and then you see the inside layer of this die matches this one perfectly. And so when you layer them all together, it's so easy to line up. It actually leaves a little bit of a debossed impression in your card so you know exactly where to put it. Makes it really nice. This is the largest floral in the set, and these are actually equally beautiful. They have stems and buds. Let's use the buds too. The buds are not layering, they're just one piece. We'll cut out some purple buds with our purple mist. And then we have this stem. This stem here is where you would put the 3 buds. I'm going to bring in my Peridot cardstock, and then we're going to die cut out some leaves. There's 3 leaves. We'll die cut them all out. Maybe adding a couple extra. I'm going to create 2 flowers. I'm going to show you how to make one, and then I'll do another one off camera. We have flower centers. Here, this has all the flowers in here, centers, and then here. I'm going to die cut this out with some black cardstock. We will just run this through here. And then, instead of using the hello, we're going to jump to our Heartfelt Thanks and Scallops. And I'm going to take the greeting from here. I'm going to use some fog cardstock and cut out we'll cut out thanks with white, and I'm going to use my fog cardstock and we'll cut out the thanks here. We'll just line that up. With the scallops, we're going to use the smallest scallop in here, and then I'm going to die cut this out with some white cardstock for our background. And then with these 3 pieces, I have chamomile. And then I have white, and then we have the middle tone purple is lilac blossom, and then the dark purple is royal amethyst. For all of these, I'm bringing in my border die set. This is basic borders from Spellbinders, and I haven't yet used the zigzag. So I'm going to die cut out all of these with the zigzag and create a little zigzag background. So I'll cut out 4 of these. I'm going to run everything through my die cut machine, and I will be right back. I have everything die cut out, and for the border here, what I did was when you die cut it out, this is what it looks like. And I kept the inside piece, which would technically be the negative, and then what I did is snip. Instead of creating just one piece, I'm going to snip off the left and the right. And then we'll just separate these. You could keep this, put this in the package because this is also a nice border too. Okay, so we have our borders and we have our florals. Let's start by doing a little bit of ink blending. I'm going to be using a purple ink. This is from Pinkfresh Studio. It's called Opulence. I'm going to use my blending tool. And I already created one flower. Look how easy it is to layer. Isn't that so pretty? We're going to ink blend the top area here. Add some just highlights. What I like to do is add highlights on one side. Okay, and then with the next layer, knowing that this lines up perfectly here, you see how it's, actually I said debossed, but it's embossed. So you know exactly where to layer it. We're going to add ink up on this side this time. Like so. And then for this one, I'm going to add ink down in this section where we didn't have any. And that is it for the flowers. To put together the flower, I mentioned it's very easy. Let's add some foam tape. And we're going to add it to these two pieces. I'm just going to remove the release paper, and then we'll take this one. We'll layer it where the outline goes. We'll remove the release paper here. And then we'll layer this where the outline goes. Here. You see how pretty they are? There's deboss detail, there's etch detail on these, just stunning. Now for the flower centers, what we're going to do is take our flower centers here. Now when you die cut these out, there's polka dots in there, which make it really nice, okay? But adding this would be really simple to the card, but I want to brighten it up a little bit because we have a dark color. I want to add some white to those polka dots. Now rather than die cutting out the flower center one more time and taking those itty bitty pieces and inlaying them, I'm going to show you a fun way to do this. I'm using my NUVO crystal drops. This is Ivory Seashell, and it's like a pearl gray. What I'm going to do is, let me show you on this one. You can see the deboss detail here. What we're going to do is we're going to add some of our ivory seashells. Just kind of spread it out a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to take my flower center. Since we covered up where we're supposed to put it, I'm going to use this one as a guide. And it goes like here. So I'm going to move it over here, and I'm just going to press it in to the ivory seashells. Let me show you what it does. It adds those polka dots. You can kind of see, but it adds dimension. It adds dimension too. A little bit of it did ooze out. If you wanted to clean it up, you could. You could just wipe it away. But pretty neat, huh? Let's do it again to this one. For the leaves, I'm just going to go on one side. The ink that I'm using is Key Lime from Pinkfresh Studio. I want to use my blending tool, and we're just going to add some color here to the sides. I'm also going to do the bud piece. I'm going to add a little bit of color to this too. Okay, so our leaves are all done. And we're going to put these to the side. Actually, where's my flower buds? There, all done. To add the buds to the flower stem, it's very easy. And you can add them any way you like, but I'm going to go ahead and use my glue. Let's zoom in so you can see a little better. I'm just going to the very bottom of the buds. And I like to add my stem to the bud and press Let me show you. So it picks it up. And I'll do the same thing with this one. And then for this one, this goes over here. And press. And then our flower buds. And our flower buds are done. I'm going to go ahead and add glue behind my things, and we're going to layer it on our background. Okay, I'm going to create my background directly on my card base. And to do that, we're going to mix and match. And while I was at it, I did go ahead and die cut out some fog cardstock. And I'm thinking we're just going to mix and match and create a background. So let's use our tape runner, because the tape runner is nice and easy. And then I have one white border left. I'm going to put this at the very top. Let's tack this down. And I love this. Has a lot of texture to it. You might be able to see it in the pictures. I'm going to open this up. We're going to trim away all the pieces that are overhanging. We have a nice zigzag pattern. Okay, this is going to go here, but before we add this, actually, let's pop this up with some foam tape. I'm going to add some pop-up foam behind this panel. And I'm going to use, we'll just adhere this for a little dimension. And then we're going to go ahead and add this to the front of our card. Okay, carefully, because I know those NUVO drops are not quite dry, I'm going to bring in my foam squares. And I'm going to place these on here where I want them to go. I think here's a good spot. I'm only going to add one foam square because I know we're going to do some tucking with those leaves. So let's add our flowers. I'm going to put them, I'm going to do a little tucking with them. And then we're going to add our leaves. Actually, let's add our greeting first. I'm going to go ahead and place my greeting directly in the bottom here. So I put foam tape behind there, so this has a little bit of dimension here. So pretty. Okay, let's fill in with the rest of our leaves. We'll add one over here. Okay, and I think that looks so pretty. Kind of reminds me of a sweater pattern. Okay, now I'm going to add my finishing touches. We're going to use some Spellbinders purple opalescent confetti pieces. These don't have any holes, so I'm just going to add a few. And they do have a bluish iridescent tint to them, so maybe we'll bring in some extra color. Okay. And I'm almost done. I did decide to add a little bit more yellow to my card. Instead of just having the yellow peeking out from here and here, I decided just to do a little bit of tucking. One more time, just add a little bit more yellow in there. And I think that balances a little bit better. But that finishes my card today. Super fun card. I hope you get a chance to check out the brand new release over at Spellbinders. I'll list everything down below. But have a fabulous day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.